Hello students, I am Ashish De. I am taking one of your subject, that is signal and system. In my earlier video, I have discussed about properties of Fourier series. In this video, I want to discuss about continuous time Fourier transform. That means CTFT. Okay, now there are two types of Fourier transform because there are two types of time domain. One is continuous time domain, another one is discrete time domain. That's why Fourier transform is also classified as two types: continuous time Fourier transform and discrete time Fourier transform. Now Fourier transform of any signal xt that is represented by x of j capital omega. This is capital omega, right? This is capital omega. Okay, so formula of continuous time Fourier transform is integration over minus infinity to infinity x of t into e to the power minus j capital omega t dt. This is the Fourier transform of any function xt. Now, what is the inverse formula of CTFT? That is, to obtain xt, inverse formula is the formula to obtain xt from x of j omega, right? Capital X of j omega. So, the formula is 1 by 2 pi integration over minus infinity to infinity x of j omega into e to the power j omega t d omega. So this is the formula of inverse continuous time Fourier transform or ICTFT, right? Now let us take an example. Suppose we have to do the Fourier transform of a function that is given by xt equal to delta t. What is delta? Delta is unit impulse function, right? So what will be the continuous time Fourier transform of delta t? We know the definition of delta t equal to 0 for t not equal to not equal to 0, and this is equal to 1 for t equal to 0. So this is the definition of unit impulse signal delta t. Okay, what is the graph of delta t? Graph of delta t is this, because this is unit impulse signal, so the amplitude will be 1 at t equal to 0. Okay, now we have to find out the Fourier transform. So Fourier transform of xt, that is x of capital X of j omega, that has the formula integration over minus infinity to infinity xt into e to the power minus j capital omega t dt. So now at t, when t equal to 0, then only delta t equal to 1, otherwise the value of delta t equal to 0. So along this interval of t, in this interval of t from minus infinity to infinity, only when t equal to 0, then only the function of xt, that is delta t, will has the value of 1, otherwise 0. So this will be x, this is basically delta 0 into e to the power 0, because when t equal to 0, then only delta 0 has the value, otherwise when t has some values, then delta t equal to 0. Okay, so what is the value of delta 0? That is 1. When t equal to 0, the value of delta t equal to 1. Okay, so this value will be equal to 1 and e to the power 0 is 1, so the result is 1. Now if we want to take magnitude spectrum of x of j omega, then this is along y-axis, that is x of j omega, and along x-axis, that is omega. Okay, so what is the value? The value is 1. Okay, this is the constant value of 1. So this is called magnitude spectrum. Magnitude spectrum. Just remember this term, magnitude spectrum. Okay, of the function delta t. Okay, so what we find using Fourier transform, we basically find the magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum of any signal. Okay, now let us take another example. Xt equal to e to the power minus at into ut. What is ut? Ut is the unit step function. We know ut has the value of 1 for t greater than, so ut equal to 1 for t greater than equal to 0 and 0 for t less than 0. Okay, so this is the value of ut. Okay, now if we see the graph of ut, along x-axis there is ut, and along x-axis t and along y-axis there is ut, then this will be the graph. When t equal to 0 and t greater than 0, ut has the value of 1. Okay, now we have to find out the Fourier transform that has the formula equal to, so that's this is the formula, integration over minus infinity to infinity xt into e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay, so if we along this range of t, this interval of t from minus infinity to infinity, only when t greater than equal to 0, then only the value of ut equal to 1. Okay, so if we put the values, the limit will be changed from 0 to infinity. Okay, and the value will be e to the power minus at into 1 into e to the power minus j capital omega t dt. Okay, so this will be the value of the integration. Okay, now in this range, the integration range is from 0 to infinity e to the power minus a plus j omega capital omega t into dt. Okay, now if we integrate, this will be e to the power a plus j capital omega t divided by minus a plus j capital omega from 0 to infinity. Okay, now if we put, this will be e to the power minus infinity, so e to the power minus infinity minus of e to the power 0 divided by minus of a plus j omega, right? Now e to the power minus infinity has the value of 0. Okay, because e to the power infinity equal to infinity, so 1 by e to the power 1 by infinity, that is the value of 0, and this is the value of minus 1, so minus minus cancel out, this will be equal to a plus j omega. So this is the Fourier transform of a given function e to the power minus at into ut. Okay, now suppose given x of j omega is given by delta omega, that is impulse function. Okay, we have to find out inverse Fourier transform, that is xt. So xt has the formula 1 by 2 pi integration over minus infinity to infinity x of j omega into e to the power j omega t d of omega, right? Now in this range, we know when omega equal to 0, then only delta omega has the value of 1, otherwise 0. So 1 by 2 pi integration over minus infinity to infinity delta omega into e to the power j omega t d omega. Okay, now this will be equal to 1 by 2 pi delta 0, means when omega equal to 0, then only this has the value of 1, right? into e to the power 0, otherwise the value of delta omega equal to 0. So this will be 1 by 2 pi into 1 into 1, right? So from here we can see that inverse Fourier transform of x of j omega, or that is inverse Fourier transform of delta omega, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi, right? So from here we can write that 2 pi into inverse Fourier transform of 2 pi into inverse Fourier transform of delta omega, that has the value of 1. Okay, so inversely we can write that Fourier transform of 1 that has the value of 2 pi into delta omega, right? Because this inverse will be multiplied here. Okay, so Fourier transform of 1 equal to 2 pi into delta omega. Just remember, this is a formula, just remember this thing. Okay, now existence of Fourier transform, okay, that are the same in case of Fourier series. Okay, so existence of Fourier series and Fourier transform are same. So number 1 is xt should be absolutely integrable over minus infinity to infinity. That means integration over minus infinity to infinity mod of xt dt less than infinity. Okay, so xt should be absolutely integrable. Okay, and number 2 is xt has finite number of discontinuities. Okay, and finite number of maxima and minima. So finite number of discontinuities and finite number of, number 3 is finite number of maxima and minima. So these are the existence of Fourier transform. Just remember this thing. Okay, this is very important. Now properties of Fourier transform. First one is linearity property. Linearity property says if Fourier transform of any function x1t is x1 j omega and Fourier transform of x2t, another function x2t is equal to x2 j omega, then Fourier transform of a1 x1t plus a2 x2t equal to a1 x1 j omega plus a2 x2 j omega. Okay, so this is the linearity property. Another important property is time shifting. So if Fourier transform of any function xt equal to x of j omega, then Fourier transform of time shifted of this signal x of t minus t0 is equal to e to the power minus j omega 0, sorry, omega t0 into x of e to the power x of j omega. Okay, so this is the time shifting property. This is very important. Now another important property is time reversal. Time reversal property says if Fourier transform of any function xt equal to x of j omega, then Fourier transform of x of minus t will be equal to capital X of minus j omega. Okay, so this is time reversal property. Now frequency shifting property. Frequency shifting property says Fourier transform of xt into e to the power j omega 0 t, omega 0 is another frequency apart from omega, okay, and that is equal to capital X of j capital omega minus omega 0. So this is frequency shifting property, okay, just remember this property. Now time scaling property. Time scaling property is Fourier transform of any function x of at. Okay, at x of t is the main function and it is time scaled by a scaling factor of a. Okay, so this has the formula 1 upon mod of a into capital X of j capital omega by a. So this is time shifting property. This is also very much important property. Now differentiation in time. Okay, this is the this has the formula Fourier transform of time differentiation of any function xt, that is equal to j into capital omega into capital X of j omega. Okay, so this is the differentiation property, differentiation in time domain. Now number 7 property is differentiation in frequency. This is also very important property, that is Fourier transform of t into xt, t into any function xt, that is equal to j d omega of x of j omega. Okay, so this is the differentiation in frequency domain, okay, because it consisting of d omega of x of j omega. Okay, so this is differentiation in frequency domain. So what we learn from this video, we learn about how to solve continuous time Fourier transform of different types of signals and inverse Fourier transform in continuous time domain. Okay, and what are the properties of Fourier transform and what are the condition for existence of Fourier transform.